That is good banter. 58, Sarge. Let's hit it, mate.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 58 of the Good Banter podcast. You got your microphone on there, Evan?
Yes, it is,
Because
mate. It is.
those that listened last week would have noticed 3 minutes where we sounded like we were sort of about 10 metres down a well.
Yeah, like a well, like Timmy O'Toole off The Simpsons. I'm stuck
Yeah.
in the well.
But
what I did, I ripped the sound off the camera, and it's just a bit echoey, the camera, because we're in a gym.
Because what happened is Evan accidentally, we've got a little switch on our microphones here, and it's pretty much the only thing you got to remember is talking to the mic and keep that switch up.
Switch on.
And unfortunately,
I did that.
Evan switched it down, so we're off for
I'm an idiot.
3 minutes. But he recovered well, got handy, and
Good.
look, it was just listenable. I reckon any more than 3 minutes of that Tin Man bullshit, and people would have been tuning out. But
had no heart.
But it was all
That's
right.
the line, sorry.
So
But
we're in a
hey,
bit.
happy birthday for last week, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
44
I got poleaxed. I really tied one on. Got on the beers. I went down
over the weekend.
Yeah, over the weekend. Friday it was my birthday. Went down to a Polar Bay with the family and 5 or 6 other families with their kids.
There, aren't we?
Went to the we are a bit close to each
close,
other.
but that's all right.
We're at the went to a Polar Bay pub, the bottom pub, and just got really stuck into the beers.
Were you on the mids or the heavies, mate?
No, well, I went in there with the intention of getting on the mids, and then I just thought, fuck it, it's my birthday.
Yeah, you've got 4 days off.
Got 4 days off.
Yeah.
How sick could I possibly feel? Well, as it turns out, extremely sick. And
You're not good the next day, Tommy.
No.
You mope around, you vomit, you really...
yeah.
If you had hair, Sam would be holding your hair back.
Yeah,
She's not
wasn't
doing that.
great. But yes, so we did that. So we had maybe 6 pints.
And that's so it doesn't sound much, but when you're drinking with mates,
Yeah,
you're
they were-
knocking them down a bit of a pace.
It was a reasonable
They
pace.
bloody hit you.
And had a mate, Truey, pop in from Perth, Brennan True. He popped into the pub. I hadn't seen him for bloody 2.5 years because they've been stuck over in Perth, so it was great to see him. Some great yarns. But then we had to go, so we got to about 7 o'clock, maybe 7:30. Had to get the kids back to bed. But
shit
then
when you're
that
pissed
is
as
shit.
well, yeah.
But we were still going to be able to kick on back there.
That's good.
So we thought we got to go to the bottle shop. Now, bottom pub at the Polar Bay sort of has an indoor bottle shop where you just sort of, it's weird. It's like right in the middle of the pub. And
You
just
can't
walk
drive
in.
through it then.
No, you can't drive. Definitely can't drive through it. You kill people.
Yeah.
And you don't want that. So, and when you're pissed and you're in a bottle shop, you don't make great decisions. And, we're buying all sorts of shit. Oh, well, I'll tell you what, I've never had that. Buddy, Kahlua milk in a can. That sounds awesome.
That sounds great. Yeah, 600 mils. Let's do it.
Ginger beers. What? 5.8% alcohol.
Yeah, grab
Let's
35
grab
of those.
35 of those. And so we got back. They had a big bomb.
Forgot the kids.
Had a big
left
campfire.
the
Left the kids in the bottle shop.
Yep.
Got back. Had this big bonfire at the caravan park. Just sat around, drinking beers. Had the music going. I was in charge of the music. It was my birthday. I played what I wanted.
So it was a bit of what are your favourites?
It was something. Look, there'd be a bit of Pearl Jam, into Nirvana, into Frente, into bloody,
Jesus.
into
the
Counting
Spin Doctors,
Spin
or-
Doctors, mate.
Yeah,
I
Princess.
was fucking zigging and zagging all over the joint.
That's good. There's nothing worse though when you got a bit of pressure and the song's about to finish. And you've got to try and come up with the next
Mate,
song. You're like,
that's
what? And all of a sudden, every song you've ever listened to fucks off out of your head. And you're like, I can't. Oh, what am I going to do? And then there's dead air, mate.
That's when I'm at
Dead
my best,
air.
mate. That's when I'm at my best. Yeah, no. I got my go-tos. Something that keeps, got a few go-tos that really fire them up. So that was good. Woke up the next day feeling like absolute dog shit, smelling like smoke. Don't you smell like smoke when you've been drinking around a fire?
Kristen loves the bonfire, but the one thing about the bonfire and the main thing about the bonfire, hates the smoke. And there is no way to fucking stop that.
Oh, there's no way around it. And I was wearing all my new clothes, got a new beanie. The beanie smells like fucking smoke. There's no two ways. It's all.
Well, it doesn't smell anything
Like
else, does it?
No, and we were chucking all sorts of shit in the fire by the end of the night, so wasn't
Kids' nappies. Bloody, just get rid of those.
Anything, any can, any stubby, we
Oh,
finished. Anything
yeah.
we could find, we're chucking it in. But yeah, good times, good
Good, mate.
times.
That's great.
Yeah, so that was
And
that
you
was good
come
fun.
back relaxed. You feel relaxed.
Nah, I'm fucking stressed to the eyeballs, mate. Got home, kids are lost. Kids have lost their marbles. I fucked up the timing, so my wife's got an appointment at 6:30. So this is going to be a short one.
Short
one.
and
So
sharp,
we're going to be in and out in half an hour because I've stuffed up and got to be somewhere else. But that's good. I'll tell you. And we could have just, talk about good banter. You know, when you haven't caught up with mates for a while, you're sitting around having a few beers and you just get reminded of stories. So many great stories. And
I forgot that. I forgot
You've
about
got,
that.
I remember that. I remember the time.
That's great, yeah.
And there was one that I've just got to tell you. I actually wrote it down. I said, I've got to mention this one on the Good Banter podcast. So I actually wasn't there, but a mate Bales was getting married in Austria. Yeah, you've met Bales.
Yeah, I met Bales.
Yeah, getting married.
I mean, I couldn't. If I saw him, and you said that's Bales. I go, that's Bales.
That's Bales, but
That's
you can't
Bales.
picture him.
I can't picture him
right
at the moment.
now.
Bales.
But anyway,
Austrian though, is he a skier? Is he?
Yeah, he loves his skiing.
So I'm getting a bit of a picture.
Yep. So
bit of a
he's-
wanker.
So no,
I'm
he's a good
joking,
man.
I'm joking.
He's a good man and a listener. So better watch
love you,
yourself.
Bales.
And our one and only international listener. So we don't want to.
He's still living over there.
He's sort of backwards and forwards at the moment.
Okay.
But anyway, so he's getting married in Austria. I got an invite, couldn't do it. Had a lot on. Bucks party in Russia for 4 days. So
How far is Russia from Austria?
fucked if I know, but they've gone to Russia for the Bucks party, which is for 4 days.
That's different. That's something different.
And anyway,
That is
so Joffa, who was down to Polar Bay,
Oh, no,
we're all good man,
Yep.
man. Anyway, so he's unfortunately a couple of days before he's flown over to Russia. So it's Russia 1 week into the wedding, the next week in Austria. He's all excited. A week out, half
Were
a
they
week
in
out.
Russia? Did they decide to bloody just invade the Ukraine or something?
No, it's a bit before that. They probably would have taken their dollar elsewhere if they knew this was going to go down. But look, they weren't to know. To them, it was just a great place to party.
You never know.
But anyway, so not the starters of World War III. But anyway, so just before they took off, Joffa's broken his leg. So he's snapped his leg. So he's got this massive fucking moon boot on.
Yeah.
Not ideal for travelling.
Not great.
But he's gone ahead with the trip anyway. And they're at this Russian nightclub.
Do you reckon Joffa's partner was maybe saying, Joffa, maybe give Russia a fucking miss, mate? Maybe.
Well, I'm not sure if he had a partner back
so
then.
he doesn't give a shit.
He couldn't get in two shits. But anyway, so he's in Russia with a busted leg and a big moon boot and crutches. So the whole bit, he's struggling to get around. And everyone's like...
So he's a liability.
He's a liability on this
Bucks
trip,
party.
especially for a trip in Russia where there's every chance you're going to have to hot tail out of a joint pretty fucking quick. He's, well, as they say, you don't have to be...
Why isn't Joffa at the wedding?
You don't have to
that's
be-
a long story.
What do they say? You don't have to be quicker than the bull. You just have to be quicker than the slowest bloke. Is
Yep.
that? Yep. Is that what
That's
they say? Yeah. So you didn't have to be quicker than the Russian mafia. You just had to be quicker than Joffa in
That's
a
right.
moonboot. Anyway, so they've lined up at this nightclub, and I've heard this from many sources that the joint was fucking anarchy. People, he said, who was telling me this? But anyway, I think it might have been Bacco telling me. A guy was literally throwing up in the lineup. Like he was at the front of the line.
Yep.
Throwing up, waiting to get in. Like just going, whoa. Just
clearing himself out.
And bouncer, not an issue with that at all. Not an issue. So they've basically let everyone in. Everyone's just poleaxed, fallen over. Could not have been more pissed. They're on the bloody vodkas. They're not used to drinking that much vodka. They're falling over himself. Everyone's in except Joff's at the last of the queue. And Joff's gone to step in and the bouncer stopped him. And Joff
Not
is
in
probably
those shoes, mate.
No. Even worse. They go, no, not the retard. So I don't know
Joffa's had a few. or-
No, Joffa had to stay reasonably fine because he was hobbling
got
around
the
this
moon
movement.
boot.
So he's the soberest out of the lot, but for some reason
He's
they're
just
letting
his
him
head.
It's just a moon boot. I don't know what they think retard is over there, but they thought because they said no, that pointed at his moon boot going, not the retard, not the retard. And he didn't get in because he had this moon boot, which in their mind made him a retard.
Made him special needs.
And I know retard's not PC, but I'm just quoting this Russian bouncer.
He's relaying the story.
No, not the retard.
Not the retard.
So good times in Russia.
There you go.
And,
so what did he do?
I think he just hung out and did.
He just went and found some carer or something.
Yeah,
did you look after me?
Did what people do in Russia, and that was pretty much the one story that can be told about the trip in Russia.
No,
but anyway, good times.
Mate,
so what have you been up to, Ivan?
Mate, well, I've bits and pieces, nothing too crazy. Had some all right gigs. Had a gig pull out yesterday.
Had another one today. I had one today too. It's happening.
I was talking about the old gig that comes in where you didn't have anything, and now you're the gig that pulls out, which was going to be a Mexican restaurant in Sunbury. So
yeah,
don't know how that was going to go.
No, I get the feeling there's a bit of a franchise. We won't say their name. They're trying to get comedy going.
It works very well in Geelong. Works very well in Geelong. Maybe not Sunbury, but I was speaking to the Nelson twins, and they said, they're a bit racist in Sunbury. Don't like the Mexicans.
Don't like the Mexicans.
There. I said I knew that because I saw they'd built a wall around the joint. So, yes. But so that didn't come off, but had a ripping time at Bad Shepherd Brewery.
Good.
We spoke about the Thursday before, had a bit of the flat one.
Yep.
But we had Pete Hallier, Jared Goundry, and Anna Log out at Bad Shepherd.
Good
there
lineup.
In Cheltenham. Bloody pumping. And Anna was the other comedian who helped MC. She got to bring on Sneaky Sound System at the old Frankston Foreshore.
So that was the first time you caught up with her since?
First time I caught up with her, and she was wrapped. And I said to her, because that was 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
It's over 2 weeks now. I said, oh, yeah, buddy. She was still wrapped about that. She was wrapped about the Bad Shepherd gig. And I said to her, I'll just find out what the go is if you got to, send an invoice to get paid for this Waterfront. Because we signed all the papers, we did all that, and obviously I didn't fucking read them.
No.
And, apart from the bit where it says I was getting underpaid, I read that bit. But so I said to her on Thursday, I said, I'll just find out what the go is if we got an invoice. She said, no, I've already been paid.
What?
I said, what? What the fuck? How have you already been paid? She said, oh, yeah, nah. In the contract, it said you had 10 days after, or 14 days after the event to send your invoice in. And she said, 14 days is in 2 days. So I suggest you maybe send your invoice in. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
So you haven't sent your invoice?
Well, at that stage I hadn't. And because
you've gone from underpaid to there's a chance you're not going to get paid at all.
No paid. So
and go back and listen to a previous episode if you don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Oh,
but we went into great lengths.
I think I've told the story 35 times. So I start panicking. She says, "Oh, I think in the contract it said you had 10 or 14 days." And then we looked at it. I quickly went through my emails and. It was 14 business days. So I think I got a bit of leeway. But what I did, I got home after the ripping gig on Thursday and I said, well, fuck this. Send the invoice off at 1:45 in the morning. They're probably going to think I'm some coke addict or something. He needs his fix. He's sending an invoice at 1:00 in the morning.
It's a good time to send him.
I sent it through and she said, no worries, I'll pass it on to old mate in the Bahamas and we'll see how we go. So hopefully I've got it in time, but
surely they can't not pay you.
They cannot not pay.
Although
essentially it was in the contract, and you do know,
that'd be a kick in the balls, wouldn't it?
Jesus, that'd be a kick in the teeth, it'd be a kick in the nuts. It'd be I'd be kicked out of my relationship, I reckon, and because I've got a habit of doing this shit, just not reading the fine print of anything and shit like
That's
this.
why if you owned your own business, imagine being a plumber and you had to follow up the invoices. It'd be a bloody nightmare.
Well, that's why I think at the start...
That'd be half your job.
It is half your job. That's why a lot of plumbers, they start out and they're doing the quotes, they're doing the invoices, and then they go, well, this is getting ridiculous. You've got to get off the tools or you're on the tools, and then you've got to get an accountant. You need an accountant who's not going to rip you off. It's a nightmare. So I'll see what happens.
A lot to be said, but just working for someone, just a wage It's I know the dream is to own your own business, but sometimes just getting a wage and not having to worry about that shit.
Well, the money's in the account.
Life.
The money goes in your account. Like that's the thing.
Tax is taken out.
Yeah, see now I haven't done me bloody tax for a few years. I'm gonna have to go through all my shit. I've got all when I was in WA because I thought if I keep everything. I'm pretty sure you know how tax works, but obviously all the gigs I did, you take out my expenses, you don't get taxed as much.
That's true.
So I got to do all that shit, but you got to
stay on top of it.
The Mrs. Kristen's like, let's put everything in a spreadsheet. As soon as she says the word spreadsheet, I'm off with the fairies.
Yeah.
See you later. But so we'll see what happens. Hopefully I get paid.
Yeah.
But what I did though, when I get paid though, because I've never done the whole joint account thing. I reckon up until we got this house. I've never had a loan.
Yep.
I've paid for everything, out of my account.
Yep.
So, remember when you hear guys and they said, we've got this joint account and the missus only gives me $200 a week or something. You go, you're a fucking loser, mate. You're a loser. But
it's becoming close to reality.
It's becoming close to reality.
It's like you'll be lucky to get 200. You'll have to... If you have to invoice for it, you'll get nothing.
So I've invoiced for it, and it's going to go straight into the joint account, and that'll put a real big smile on Kristen's face. But it's just so we'll see what happens. But I think we should get paid, mate. But it just shows you cross the T's, dot the I's, and bloody read the fine print. Jesus Christ, I'm fucking
pretty
hopeless.
Simple. Should be pretty simple.
I'm hopeless. But over to you, big boy.
Well, I've got a little add-on from last week when I the ADHD thing continues. Last week, as listeners will know, I went in, got some bad news from the GP.
Yep.
That the journey's going to continue. But what I didn't say is, because we'll run a bit short on time, is I double booked intentionally that day because I've been meaning to get a mole check because I have got two real big motherfucking sunburns over the summer.
Yes.
Really twice. Absolutely burnt myself to a crisp.
No good.
So I thought I better get into the summer. I better get myself a good old-fashioned mole check.
Yep.
So I thought, while I'm in there, I need to get myself a mole map. So I thought, while I'm in there seeing that GP about my ADHD, say that's at 4:15 to 4:45, I'll book a 4:45 mole check. How's that?
Mate,
anyway, so all I can think about is ADHD, like the mole map's just an afterthought.
Yep.
It's just, So I've turned up and I'm about to walk out, get to the car, and I was like, oh, shit, me mole map. Because I'm a bit down in the dumps about the outcome of because I thought I was be walking out with flipping pills and all that sort of
pills.
shit. But
I'll
not
be
the case.
Snorting pills off me mole map.
But that's not the case. So I've gone back in and I said, I forgot, I'm also getting a mole check. And she said, oh, yeah, you're seeing Dr. blah, blah, blah. And I've gone in to see the doctor. My mind's elsewhere. And he's gone, all right.
Clearly.
All right, Tommy, pleased to meet you. This guy's about 80. This guy's got a hearing aid. He's fairly old. Lovely old bloke.
Did he have any, did he have any chunks cut out of him?
Yeah, he had a few chunks cut out of him. But
he's had a few mole maps in his day.
And I actually...
Was it Ian?
No, it wasn't Ian. But he had a big picture of himself and the Dalai Lama.
Oh. Champ.
He had 4 pictures of him and the Dalai Lama.
Okay,
and I said, mate, I know a little joke about the Dalai Lama. And I told that joke about, the one about the footballer.
Possessions.
That played a shit game. They called him the Dalai Lama because he had no possessions. Clever stuff. But
he would have stone-faced
it. Oh, mate, he loved it.
Oh, did he?
Mate, he was in
liked
stitches.
That's
he
great.
was. So we're having a laugh, and he said, how often, when was the last time we got a check? He's looking up my history, and then he said, all right, get down to your undies. And I hadn't even thought about it. I was like, what fucking jocks am I wearing? Like, I didn't even... any preparation, because all my mind was ADHD. I wasn't even thinking. This is an afterthought.
Should I wear undies?
So I've gone, what jocks am I wearing?
Have I shaved up?
And definitely haven't shaved up. And I've gone, and I've just peeked, and I've thought, my
Tam's
lordy
G-banger.
No, these jocks are... and
Noah's Superman
jocks. No, that they're just... They're fucked. They've been
holes,
me ball bags hanging out.
Then you don't have to pull them down. You can
check.
True. There's no mole on your testicle.
Just pull your pants. Oh no, we got the balls hanging out there.
Yeah.
And and he goes, just lie on your back, and I'm lying on my back, and the bloody elastic's hanging, and
gone.
Little one nuts hanging out one side, and it's just a bad
What
look.
colour?
Oh, I don't know what colour they were originally, but they were sort of this light green, just a rank pair of jocks. And I was wearing these bad boys, and anyway, so look, I'm not overly proud of my body as is, but I tell you what, once you magnify it and get it up close with that camera, I nearly made myself physically sick. It was, and he's got the big screen there, and he goes, "What about this?" And I was like, "Oh,
Where do you think I go with the freckles, mate?"
But you don't have black hairs coming out of everything.
Oh, that's true. I've got little whiteys.
And he'd like zoom in on, and he'd go, "Oh, how about now we'll do the map of your back and take a shot of your back." And I'm going, "Is that what my fucking back looks like? Jeepers." And it was just hair on hairs, and white as a ghost, brown patches, black patches, elastic sticking out here.
This is why Instagram is bullshit. Like, even those models, like, I click on Instagram now, it's just boobs and it's tits and it's bikinis. Even those women they must look like that, some of them.
Oh, I don't know.
They've got bloody... you do look pretty bad.
There's not enough filters on the planet to make the images that he has of me look any good. It was bloody awful.
You're
but
one thing close though.
I'm better from a distance.
With clothes on.
Oh, up close, yeah. Yeah, still not great. But anyway, one interesting thing he did say, he goes, "Oh, I don't like the look of this one." Then he goes, "Oh no, all good,
that's
all
your
good."
penis.
He goes, "That's your anus. That's your bum hole.
That's meant to be brown. Has it changed colour lately? Yeah, it was red a few days ago."
No, he said, "Oh no, it's got a mole hair coming out of it." And he said, I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, cancer kills hair. So if you've got a mole with a cancerous mole, the hair in it dies." And I'm like, well, I'm fucking laughing because I don't reckon I have got a millionth of a millimetre of a cubic millimetre
on your head
without a mole coming out of it. The only place I could get the head of my knob is about the only place of my body that could any chance of getting cancer.
If you got the hairs up the shaft, they get further and further up as you.
Come on, guys.
You've got to get rid of those. Ease up, boys. Jesus Christ.
I'm not a real fan of the word shaft either. When I first heard that in Canada, a guy said, "Well, what about your shaft?" I was like, "Oh, never.
What am I, a miner or something?"
Yeah, I'd never. I always knew it was there, but some things just don't need a name.
Yeah,
and that was, I guess shaft it is, shaft and knob.
Get shafted.
But, so that was pretty horrible and got out of there. Pretty low self-esteem. My ADHD hasn't been fixed and about to fucking jump off a bridge.
But no cancers.
No cancers. So
that's good.
And he said, come back in 12 months. So that's all good. But have you got another one before I give an update on the ADHD?
Just a little quick one. Also, this is going to change the game as well. I'll just duck over. This is the pie. This is about... Remember we've been going on about microwave pie.
Oh, mate, I've got a little something on pies too.
Oven pie.
Yeah.
Should we get into the pie stuff?
Yeah, I think that's what the people want.
So we've been hit up on the Good Banter Instagram.
Just quietly, our readers or listeners have gone through the roof since we've started talking about pies. So
I think
that's the key.
A lot of feedback. You need stuff that is relatable and really 50-50 divided kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So this comes in from a loyal listener, Sabine. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm going to struggle with your last name, big fella, but
Sabine.
Have a crack at that one.
Valanzatigui.
So Sabine.
A lot of points in
Scrabble. But
not a great last name, but
mate, he's hit us up a few times. He's loving the pod, so thanks for tuning
Sabine.
in, mate. But he hit me up, said, "Hey Evo, back to the meat pie debate. What you got to do? What you have to do."
Sounds like a man that's about to take control of this situation.
He's going to take control, mate.
Which is what we need.
And the thing is, I think it's been very 50-50. You either microwave or you oven. And there's been no movement from that. Well, Sabine, he's coming in here and he's given us this is like Gordon Ramsay. This is Jamie Oliver. This is something.
I think I know where he's going. But keep going.
Yeah, okay. What you got to do is microwave it to cook it.
I didn't think he was going there.
No, he said that, and then put it under the griller for a minute to get it a nice crispy top.
A minute.
A minute.
Would that do anything?
It would if you crank it up to, say, 250 on the griller, fan, and you are just baking that bad boy. Makes the best 4 and 20 pie. So hit us up.
Shit, because I even heard someone say it, the air fryer.
You
put a pie in an air fryer.
Well,
and that's where I thought
fryers,
in Sabin was going.
No. He's gone microwave, then technically using the oven, but the grill component.
I don't know, man. I think you can, after doing that, you'd want to put it in Sabin. All right, I'm done. I'm done for the day. I ain't going to get any better than that.
Clock off there. It took me a little bit to get that.
I bet Sabin just...
I pictured you actually putting the pie up Sabin.
No, not Sabin.
No. I go Zabin.
In Sabin. And I reckon Sabin would hear that, a joke like that, at least once a week.
He may do. Mate, I'm on board with
I like it.
I think that's great.
A little bit of extra time, a little bit extra
microwave, too soggy, oven, crazy times. So air fry. You had air fry, did you?
Yeah, I've heard of the air fry. Again, don't mean to keep harping on about a polar bay. Coming to a polar bay, first thing we see, big sign, win at Polar Bay.
The world's biggest air fryer.
World's biggest air fryer. No. Big sign, a Polar Bay. Make sure you try the world famous scallop pie.
I thought that was a Tassie thing.
I think they've knocked it off from Tassie, which I read today.
Yep.
But they've got a big
heads.
They've got a big I love scallops.
Yeah, they're good.
I love pies. What could go wrong? Put them together. What would you pay for a scallop pie? This is my birthday. I think it's my birthday.
And this is a bakery.
So Tam's gone to the bakery the morning of my birthday. I'm still sitting up in bed.
Well, I must admit, I have been to a few bakeries lately. On a side note, I will say I had a cheeseburger pie from the Inverloch Bakery a few weekends ago.
And when onion was a big deal?
Mate, onion was huge.
That's fucking old.
But this pie actually had a gherkin in it.
That's genius.
It was full on a cheeseburger pie. It had the meat.
Where's this? Inverloch?
Inverloch.
Get me
down
to
Inverloch. Mate, they had some great pies. And
we should do a live stream from Inverloch.
We could do a live stream from the bakery. And I must admit, bakeries don't mind pumping their own tyres, do they?
No,
they love saying we won the world's best pie in 1962. You're like, well, get over it.
And I'm not sure how official some of those awards are.
I've never met an official pie judge, but I think you could it's like you could put your own quotes on your festival poster.
Yeah,
you could do all that shit.
No one's checking that.
No one's checking that.
No one's doing background checks.
So I had that, and then
you were going to say something about the.
Just a quick. What was I going to say?
We're talking about.
No, we've got to go. So I'll tell you about my health stuff next week.
Okay.
Next week.
Well, I'll just say the scallop pie. Love scallops. Love pies. Sitting up in bed. Was
how much? How much?
I just told you.
Just told me. Yeah.
Anyway,
I was going to say over 10.
10 bought me two. The curried scallop pie
Living
and
large.
the plain pie. Sitting up in bed, birthday morning. Couldn't be more excited.
Dropped it.
Into it. Absolute dog shit. Oh, it was fucking foul.
Right.
I was, when you think scallops, you think, I know what a scallop is, but it was full of scallops. It had like 12 scallops in there.
So they've over-capitalised on the scallops.
I don't know. They were just real scallops.
Did they have like the...
And I knew you'd think they'd be real scallops.
Did they have the... they have a creamy...
Yeah, it was creamy. And it was a bit watery, but it's one of those things. I don't think anyone's going back for a second, but it doesn't matter, except for us. We had two at the same time. And so I ate the curry one a bit reluctantly, put the next one in the fridge, got on the piss. I thought it'd be good for 24 hours. I'll microwave it next day. I guarantee when I woke up next day, the last thing I felt like was a microwaved scallop pie.
Curry pie.
Yeah, I didn't feel like eating at all, let alone putting one of those foul little
pie
pieces of dog shit in my mouth. They were, no good. So give it. I mean, you could try everything once, but but no, not real flash.
Actually, quick shout out to bloody Warnie as well. Bloody
Warnie.
Bloody Jesus.
That's a real where were you moment.
It was. Kristen, because obviously we had Rod Marsh, and I mean, she didn't really know who Rod Marsh was, but Saturday morning, wake up, bang, Shane Warne's dead. You go, what the fuck? And I must admit that if there's someone you think was going to have a heart attack at 52, it's probably fucking Warnie.
Probably Warnie, and he's probably fit 100 lifetimes into one life. But what a legend! You just hear all this stuff about him now, and just a great guy.
Stuff. Great stuff. So here's to Warnie. But the one thing that sort of does get, when people are digging through their Warnie photos now to just try and
gross.
It is disgusting. Like, okay, you met Warnie 15 years ago. And then you act like, I met him for like 3 seconds. He seemed like a genuine bloke. Unless you're trying to make a joke, it's just a look at me.
And sometimes it's like a picture of Warnie, and there'll be this bloke 40 metres behind him, uneven recognisable, like doing a piss on a tree in the background or something.
That was the day I
remember the
met
time
Warnie.
I spent the day with Warnie, and you're like, I'm not sure if you did spend the day with Warnie.
I don't know if Warnie knows who you are, mate. And even still, I think Warnie's met that many people. I mean, he's mates with Chris Martin, Elton John, Mick Jagger. I don't think fucking Warnie gives a shit about Robbo from bloody old Rochester or whatever.
No, what a legend. Was with Liz Hurley for a while. I mean, there was a time when she was the number one in the world.
She's still good.
She's still just an
annoying voice though.
Is she? Oh, it's English.
Sort of that English sort of
the Queen's English, I think.
Tea kind of thing. Yeah. It's very, very nice looking.
Probably get over that.
Great personality.
Anyway.
So, that's it. But I must admit, though, if Toadie off Neighbours dies, I'm going to be right there with my photo.
Have you got a photo of him?
Oh, I've got a photo. No, I don't have a photo of the toadfish. But you can make a joke or something.
You could. But,
here's to Warnie.
A sad day. Here's to Warnie. A good man.
Great
and
man.
We had to fly through this.
Yeah,
what do we got? No retards, scallop pie, cancer kills hair, ugly bod. My bod makes me sick. There's a few other 27th Math Elwood.
27th.
Yep. No, we'll
go
with that for another day.
Leave that.
I reckon.
Okay, that's it.
We said we'd keep talking
we're
up
at
30.
30. We're at 30.
I'm going to be home late. My wife's going to leave me. So
I would as well with a body like yours. But
absolutely.
So,
God, thanks. You go.
You go. Sorry.
I just say thanks to all the listeners. Sorry about the short episode. I've fucked up. I'll be more careful with my diary next week, and hopefully we've packed a fair bit in there. In the one,
I think it was
bang.
It was
punchy.
It was happening. It was all going on.
That's what you want.
That was good. So, hey, over the weekend, tomorrow, Friday night, which is tomorrow night, we get up to Heathcote. If you're in Heathcote, they've got a fundraiser up there. Myself, the Nelson twins, Desi Dowling. On Saturday, if you still want to check out, go down to St. Andrew's Brewery.
It's going to be big.
We've got Nelson twins, Bev Killick, Pete Hallier, and this is the big one, Tommy, big one. You and me. We're
heading to Albury, heading down the Hume Highway.
St. Pat's Cricket Club for big Gussie McLeod. We're going to be up there on the weekend, so I think it's at the Newmarket Hotel. Do you know that joint?
I know, and it is, if we don't get the punch on there, I'll let my hat.
I'll take me mouth
It's going to be good. So. This was a short episode, but next one's going to go for 6 hours. We're in the car with it. We'll do it in the car.
We can do it in the car.
Let's do it in the car.
Do it in the car. No video, but
we'll do it in the car.
But we'll do it in the 91 subscribers on the YouTube, baby.
Do we dare dream of 100? Do we dare dream?
We can. Get on the Instagram. 90s. Hit us up at reallygoodbanter@gmail.com. Stay safe. Have a great long weekend. Labor Day. Jam it.
And
that's another great episode of Good.
Did you say good to great? Let's stick with good, eh?
Banter.
Good banter.
You got to get out of here, mate.
See you later.
See you later.
Good banter.